Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video you could see that we're going to be looking at a bit more of Guilty Gear Strive soundtrack. There's a lot of people who that video did really well, so thank you to everybody who watched that and commented. And there's a lot of people who in the comments said please watch some more, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to listen to probably all of them at some over the time, and today we're going to listen to Find Your Own Way, which is the Soul theme. So obviously I haven't heard this before, and I do know that Guilty Gear is a fighting game now. I'm going to hold off playing it until I've heard the whole soundtrack, but it looks pretty fun. So before we get into it, please do like this video if you enjoy it, and please do subscribe to the channel, and please do as well put in a comment. It helps the algorithm. Also put in a comment of what you'd like us to have a look at next, because as you can see from today, I will always take requests from the comments. So having said all of that, we'll get into it. We won't waste any time. What I will say is, you know, if you're new here, how this works is we will watch/listen to the whole song all the way through without stopping, and then we'll go back afterwards and I'll write some notes and we'll talk about some stuff. So let's get started with the initial reaction of Find Your One Way from Guilty Gear Strive. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right, okay. Oh! Okay. Okay. Oh, very nice. Oh my god. This is so good, man. This is great. Okay. Oh, hello. I was wondering when we're gonna have that. Oh man. Man.
Project Icon.
Not an
With 10
advert
rising
with
UK
Jason
artists,
Derulo in it.
realities.
I mean, I was expecting it to be good, obviously, and it was, as you could probably tell. These songs have such... I didn't realise that these songs were existed, obviously, but that there was such good like guitar-driven music out there, like in kind of within games. And I mean, I love guitar-driven music. It's my favorite kind of music, to be honest. And this is that. This is all of that, and it had such a nice groove, and it was all the songs are so unique. And what I always appreciate about songs like this, and like the last one I listened to from Guilty Gear, is that you can enjoy it as a song in its own right. You don't have to have the song within the context of the game or the film or whatever it is. To be able to enjoy it, you don't need the context. It stands on its own 2 feet as its own song, which you can enjoy, which I think is fantastic. And I wrote down quite a bit. So let's go through it again. Let's go through it again. Here we go. So the guitar is just, it's what I'm beginning to understand from what the song is doing, and I'm assuming that, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the song is obviously a representation of the character, and this character is Soul, and to me, I guess Soul is like a brawling, like brute fight or fight back, which was said multiple times in the song. And that's kind of how the song starts. It's really thick guitar, really like it's got a fuzzy. It looks like lots of palm muting, very very heavy. Probably like how the character is. Let me full screen this. Okay. And got the like this song to me is like such an 80s vibe of like classic classic 80s rock, but kind of like what I refer to it anyway. I mean, yeah, classic 80s rock, but it's more like, it really reminds me of like Bon Jovi or something like that in a sense. That kind of in the 80s era, like spandex, lots of dive bobbing with where you have the whammy pedal and you dive through the notes, and there's lots of tapping and shredding, and this is kind of when guitars with very thin necks that you could play really fast on became popular, and this is kind of the music that was played. It really reminds me of like that kind of song. And it's just a chaotic intro, isn't it? It gets in very, very fast with the thick guitar, and you've got one guitar doing the groove, and you've got another one doing the dive bombing, and then you've got another one who's kind of like doing pick scraping. So it's all very chaotic and all over the place. It does work. Don't get me wrong. It's all over the place in a good way. Okay. And that bend there, like that's mad. Yes, nobody is gone. I'm just saying the step body do it our turn. So freak out. Yes, nobody is. Come on, like if this played, this it's just a classic 80s vibe for me, like 80s rock vibe. It's something that I will coin the term fighting rock is what it is. It's fighting rock. It's there to get you moving, there to get you like, I don't know, jumping around, singing along to it. This is an anthem. They're definitely like an 80s anthem. You and I both just have abused that soul. That's so bon, like and this going from a very hectic intro to stopping, or it's got the drums going. Let's just go back to it. It's isolated, but it's got the vocals, it's got the drums, and it's got like a point where it's trying to dictate you to clap, basically. It's like, this is Bon Jovi. This is all that kind of 80s era what else, like Aerosmith, all of that stuff. All of that stuff is what this is. What this is.
Just have abused that soul. Someone will make me do crazy shit. When have I ever forced you to do that? Give me my place back, I will.
And I'll look at it, like there's a guitar now just scraping through with a wah pedal. Sounds like a wah pedal on. It's just like, I like how they use lots of different techniques when it comes to playing the instruments, and they use lots of different effects and things like that. They don't like just, I suppose, like stick to one thing or one thing that they know. They're always doing all these extra different things, which I really, really enjoy.
Take your special place, still. The world is not so time right.
Then we go into the groove, which the groove in this song is really, really nice. Yeah, let's keep playing.
Strike back, get them out of your way. You don't care if along the way's a little sacrifice. Strike back, get them out of your way. Don't melt in the world, find you a way.
The guitar's so thick, it sounds almost mechanical in a way, like with the effects and like the tuning at the end. Again, to kind of, the vocals will come in, so the guitar has to take a step back. So, but you don't want it to take a step back too far, so it goes into using palm muting, where you rest your hand on the strings and hit them, and then it's more of a muted sound, but it's thick, but it's not going to be overbearing over the other instruments. Oh, the law. So he's a lawman. Okay. I like that. It sounds like this is the same singer from the last song that I listened to. Very good rock vocalist, very gritty. Let's keep going. Yeah, and he's got a very nice distortion on his voice, and his voice is, I guess, the timbre of his voice is a bit lower and a bit heavier, so that does help with this kind of very masculine sounding kind of rock, which I'm sure you all know. It's not like super high tenory rock you get from like Journey. You know, this is the thicker, like, raw, we're here, and that's obviously goes well with the character, who's this big burly dude who probably beats people up. You know, that's that kind of the vocal tone and the slight fry that he has on his to create the distortion as well, which is, you know, is a skill in itself to be able to add distortion to your voice without hurting yourself. Like you can learn how to do it. It's not something that like you either have or you don't. You can learn how to do it, but you got to learn how to sing and then get there. You know, sing without it first, and then you can get it later. But it's a very difficult technique to use safely. Or is safely the right word? Yeah, safely. So it's impressive to be able to use it all throughout the song, and lots of rock singers and metal singers all around the world can do it really well. But this is just another example of that.
I'll take their wasteland, but I won't be alone, never. Strike back, get them out of your way. You don't care if along the way's a little sacrifice.
Such a groovy chorus. It's really it's definitely one that you could really like move to. Like, I can't help but move when I'm hearing it. And it like strike back and hits from when they sing Strike Back is that it almost encourages like an audience interaction, which is kind of why I say that I really like these songs, because they're songs in their own right. Because this, to me, sounds like a song that really should be played to an audience live, because there are so many call and response opportunities within this song. It's like at the start where I said that it's encouraging you to clap, and strike back, and then you can say that back and things like that. There's loads of like performing opportunities within this song that's been written in there, which I like that they. I mean, I don't know if this song has been performed live by the people who wrote it, but I like that they, made a song like as they would normally do, and not just think like, oh, we don't really have to do that because this is just going to be on a game. Like they just made a proper, classic 80s vibe rock song, which I really, really like. But let's keep going. Yeah, this is there. So yeah, and in the same sort of vein, we have Eddie Van Halen style tapping, which is where you just tap the notes on the fretboard. Eddie Van Halen, I'm sure you know who he is. Kind of pioneered it, I guess, or made it popular. I don't know if someone did it before. Probably someone did it before him, but made the technique popular, which is that kind of we have that very I guess legato kind of sound, which is what we're getting now. Go back to it. It's almost like this sounds a bit like AC/DC in a way, kind of like Thunderstrucky. You could probably play that. I'm not sure what the notes are, but you could probably play it with one hand. Really, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's see my hand. It's hammering on, and you're pulling off to the open string. So it's much like the same technique that's used at the beginning of Thunderstruck from AC/DC. And then we go into the, as I said, like the proper. This was late 80s music, where dive bomb, whammy bar, like over the note. That's I'm not even sure how you really do that because I've never really done it before. But crazy. Lots of bends into the notes. And like the sweep picking and the very, very fast going through the scales, going through the arpeggios or whatever. Classic rock. Classic hard rock. Great solo, very short, much shorter than the last one that we listened to, but still showcasing lots of different techniques, particularly for this kind of genre and vibe that they're going for. It's a great example. It really is. Nice. Very.
Project Icon.
Jason Derulo's back. Yeah, and I thought I'll just let that play to the end. I mean, what a great little discovery this was. I literally picked to just sing a Guilty to rack to a Guilty Gear track, just because it just appeared in the recommended. I thought, oh, why not? I'm so glad I did it. I'm really, really glad I did it, because now I've got all these amazing songs that we can go through, and this is just another one on the list. It's yeah, I really, really like it. It really, really suits what I think the character is. And what looks like a kind of marauding berserker type of character. Particularly with kind of like the fist weapon, from what I can tell anyway. I really like this song. As you could tell, I'm a big fan of this genre of music and this era of music that it kind of really reminded me of. And the last song that we listened to, I added onto my Spotify playlist, and I think I probably have to add this one as well because I really enjoy this. Let me know. I mean, look, these videos just I try to make these videos shorter, and I just fail every time. So I won't ramble on anymore. So thank you all so much for watching this. Let me know what you thought of the song. Let me know, is there anything that you agree with or disagree with? Is there anything that you really liked about it that I didn't speak about? Please put that in the comments. Also, please comment your suggestions for what we should look at in the future on the channel. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like and subscribe as well, as it helps me out an enormous amount. So I would really appreciate if you did that. Having said all of that, thank you all so much for watching once again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye bye.